Creating from the Heart, the Artistry of Living. I'm Suzy Vance, and I'm here with Chuck Roth. Chuck is a great guy, and he knows all about gardens and ponds and taking care of everything. So, Chuck, I remember your father, but how did you get into this?
Well, I was there first, actually.
You were?
Yes. A lot of people
Tell
don't know
me.
that. The
I
usual
don't.
succession is son take over father. But I started there when I was 13 years old. And
At a place called Chesterton
Chesterton
Feed
Feed
Garden.
Garden Center.
Uh-huh.
And I worked for them for 7 years. And in the meantime, my dad had a business in Elmhurst, Illinois, and was commuting every day.
And what was he doing?
Print and bindery. Print shop
Okay.
and bindery.
Nothing having to do with
Nothing,
garden.
no. But he came from a farm country background, so
Uh-huh.
he was familiar with feed stores and garden centers. So I worked there, and I started into veterinarian school at Purdue.
You did?
Yeah, pre-vet, and decided that's not how I wanted to envision animals for the rest of my life. I liked being around them. I didn't like cutting them open and operating on them.
Oh, gosh.
So then I thought, what do I do now? So I switched to horticulture.
Uh-huh.
And
In school?
In school, yeah.
Really?
And then we approached the owner about buying the business. So we bought it together. We were
How did
partners.
you convince your dad to do this?
He was for it. He saw what it was,
The potential?
what we were doing.
Yeah.
Sure, yeah. And so he was interested, and he was making that long commute every day and so on. So we took it over. He continued working for another 13 years in Elmhurst, and I ran the business. And so then when he retired, he came into the
I
business.
remember.
So, yeah.
It would be a great day when Father Chuck showed up.
Yes, right, yeah. He put us all in line.
So it's just been ever since then that you've been doing this.
Right.
And the thing that I love about you is the business has grown, and you have so much. Start with the shop. You have so much intriguing merchandise. I mean, you walk in there, there's always something new. There's a new way to feed the birds. There's a new toy for your dog. There's a new this or that.
Yeah.
It's amazing. And then you branched out into ponds.
Right.
Which is my favorite.
Right. That was your entrance, right?
Right.
And a great friendship has evolved from that.
That's right.
Yeah.
And the ponds are amazing because you will build them if you want.
We don't build anymore. We started building, and I just found out how much work it was to dig a hole. So we will do anything on a pond except build. We've done a few builds, but it was in sand, first of all.
Got it?
And one of them was a renovation, so the hole was already dug. So.
Oh, thank you.
So, but we will add waterfalls. We will clean ponds. Regular maintenance throughout the year. Net them over for leaf season. Start them up.
Netting them over for leaf season means they put this huge screen
Right.
over the pond. The leaves all fall. They go all around, but they don't go in the pond, which makes cleaning much easier in the spring.
Right.
And then they come and take them away. Just like they are willing to come, you can go choose your Christmas tree. They will hold it for you. They will come and bring it and install it, and they will take it away.
Just like magic.
It is. It's what I call a full-service garden center.
Well, thank you. We call the Christmas tree service our marriage saver service.
There you go.
So we feel like we're doing our part in the community.
You are, but you do so many things, and you do them all so well. It's
Thank
just
you.
really,
Thank you.
and spring is coming, and they will start having all of their luscious plants outside. It's really amazing to come to your place because when you buy something, you're getting the real deal. That is something that's not infested, something that's ready to plant, and lots of advice.
we work very hard at keeping the health of the plants up, and we have a lot of good help, and they are key to what we do there. You know,
Yes.
they've adopted our persona, and they've carried it out, and that helps a lot
That's
to keep
great.
that going. So,
That's great.
yeah.
And the other fun thing is that are you open all year?
All year round, yes. When I took it over, we were open all year round, but we were closed on Sundays except for about 8 weeks in spring. And after having it for 2 years, we felt that we could open on Sundays, and it was a pretty lonely summer on Sundays that summer. But then fall hit and the bird feeding season, and all of a sudden we got busy. And so after that, people,
And now everybody knows you're open on Sundays, and so they still come on
exactly,
Sundays.
right, yeah.
What do you want to do with your Sunday? Oh, I think I'll go
Right.
to Chesterton Feed and see what they have.
Right. We tended to see that we got customers from farther away. So Maryville, Cherville, Munster, Highland, those types of areas on Sundays because they are out
'Cause
taking a drive. They're
Yeah.
willing to take the drive out. You know.
How fabulous.
Yeah, so that's worked out well.
And so there is a period of time when you take off in the winter because you have to recover.
I try, yeah.
And you go some fabulous places. You just got back from, where was it?
Costa Rica,
Oh, did you see any new birds?
yes.
Did you see any new plants?
Yes, all the above. Some new reptiles, which I'm not a fan of snakes, but we saw some very interesting snakes. The guide would say, okay, he knew my situation, so he'd say, okay, now if you want to see a snake, we can turn around, because we'd walk right past him, and he'd take us back and 10 steps and show us the snake that we just walked
you didn't
past.
see.
Right, exactly. Yeah. But no, it was fascinating. Yeah, I never saw as much of a variety of plants and animals and birds as I did there.
It's amazing.
Yeah.
So, Chuck, you had the foresight or the wisdom or just the chutzpah to decide the first thing that you thought you were going to do was not it. And we all do change a number of times in our lives. Do you have any advice you would give for somebody who's in high school, doesn't know if they want to go to college, or they're out of college and now they really can't figure out what they're, or somebody who's lost their job? How do they do what you did to find your passion?
I think that, number one, keeping an open mind. I mean, go after what you want to go after, but if you're feeling like it's not right or you're not feeling it, there's nothing wrong with changing course 2 years into college. Some parents aren't happy with that aspect or hearing me say that, but I just think that's so important because I have watched other people I know that were in college and maybe engineering or something, and they got into that, and they knew, like in their graduate years, that it just wasn't clicking with them, but they stayed with it, and 30 years later they're working their job and they're miserable. And I'm so lucky that I was able to do what I did. And there was this thing that was sitting beneath me the whole time that I hadn't even expected. And
What was that?
The feed store. I was working there, and I'm going to vet school, and granted it was pre-vet. I wasn't accepted into vet school yet, but I recognized that we always had animals at home. I raised a lot of poultry. We had dogs, cats, horses, and I always loved working around them. But I didn't like working on them when they were sick, and that's what I got into when we started getting into labs. And I thought, this is what I'm gonna be. I mean, I probably should have gone into animal husbandry or something like that, or training. But,
Well, I bet this is wonderful, because not only are you doing it, but you have a lot of people around you that are passionate about what they do.
Yes, yeah, and that's the fun part about it, is you go to work every day, and all that passion is there, and about the same things that you're passionate about, and it's nice. It's really
That's
nice.
great.
Yeah, very happy.
Well, keep up the good work,
Well, thank you.
because I'm going to need some pond expertise.
Okay, well, and you're in sand, so we're.
I am. That'll be good. Okay. Creating from the Heart, the Artistry of Living. This is Chuck Roth. Be sure and visit Chesterton Feed and Garden. See you next time.